Hi, Jason with Starkey Products here. Today we're going to be installing Starkey's auxiliary lighting kit on this 2013 Ford F-150. Starkey recently released their second generation auxiliary lighting kit, which fits virtually all trucks and SUVs on the market today. Factory reverse lamps simply don't provide enough usable light when hitching up your trailer or backing out of a dark parking lot. Our industry-leading wiring products are being paired with Rigid Industries high-quality LED lamps to bring you a rugged, dependable product. Customers who would prefer to use a different set of lamps aren't going to be left out in the cold. We also have a wiring and switch kit for those who would prefer to use an alternative set of lamps. The two kits are broken into the following part numbers. Part number 5051 wiring and switch kit includes a complete wiring harness, factory-style Carling rocker switch, and also a parts bag with all necessary hardware. Customers can then add any set of lamps they desire. Part number 5200 is our complete backup lighting kit. It includes not only the wiring and switch, but also your choice of Rigid Industries lamps. Today we're going to be installing this kit using a set of Rigid Industries dualies. The wiring harness functions in two ways. Customers can turn the lamps on and off using the included cabin switch, even if the vehicle is off. Optionally, a simple connection can be made so that the lamps turn on and off automatically when the truck is placed in the reverse gear. Although we will be installing this on a 2013 Ford F-150 crew cab with a 5.5-foot bed, the wiring harness has been designed to accommodate a truck as long as 23 feet bumper to bumper. Follow along as we get started with the install. Installation of this product may require that you raise the truck up off the ground with a set of ramps, jack stands, or a lift. If you don't feel comfortable using any of these devices, we recommend you take the product to a professional for installation. The first thing you're going to want to do is familiarize yourself with the wiring harness. On one end there's a relay, which is going to be mounted in the rear of the vehicle. On the other end is a sealed fuse holder. We're going to pull the cap off that fuse holder and pull the fuse out until we finish the installation. Let's get started with the install. The first thing we're going to do is connect this red wire to a plus 12 volt power source. Next thing we're going to do is connect the ground wire to a ground source. Make sure you tighten the bolt down well so that it makes a good connection. We'll shore up the installation later with some zip ties. Now it's time to pass the switch wiring into the passenger compartment. In many cases, you're going to be able to find an open grommet or seal, which will allow you to easily pass the wiring through. But in some cases, like this 2013 F-150, we're going to drill an 11/16" hole, and then we're going to insert this supplied rubber grommet to create a great factory seal. Just make sure when you're drilling the hole that you don't interfere with any of the other systems in the truck and that you're very careful when doing so. In this case, we're going to drill the hole from inside the passenger compartment. Now that we've routed the switch wiring into the passenger compartment, it's time to route the remainder of the wiring harness to the rear of the vehicle. The best way to do it on this F-150 is to pass the wiring down over the wheel well. You'll need to make sure you avoid sources of heat as well as any moving parts. The best thing to do is follow existing factory wiring. Once you route the harness down, you'll want to fasten it securely with the zip ties. Now it's time to install the switch in the passenger compartment. There are a variety of places you can install the switch. You just want to make sure you mount it to a flat surface. In the case of this F-150, this silver panel will make a great spot. The easiest way to cut out the hole for the switch is to remove the panel first, which is what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. Now that we've removed the panel from our Ford, it's time to cut out the hole for the switch using our Dremel. We placed some masking tape on the exterior surface of the panel, however we're going to be cutting from the inside so we can avoid these factory mounting tabs. Now that we've marked the panel, we are ready to cut out the hole. Cutting out the hole should be done carefully. You're better off making multiple adjustments to achieve the perfect fit than cutting the hole too large. Now that we've cut out the hole for the switch, we're going to replace this panel, reconnect the factory switches, and connect our new backup light switch. You'll want to refer to the installation manual to connect the switch properly. Now that you've reconnected everything in the passenger compartment, you'll want to replace the fuse that we removed from the fuse holder earlier. After that, you'll be able to test the switch for proper function. Once you've done that, go ahead and secure all the wiring under the hood with the supplied zip ties. Now that you've installed the wiring and switch, you'll want to decide if you'd like the lamps to come on automatically when the truck is placed in the reverse gear. That function is controlled by this wire, and it's a simple 5-minute addition to your installation. Because it varies by vehicle, you'll want to refer to the instruction manual for this part of the install. Now we're ready to mount these rigid dualies. Mounting options are going to vary by vehicle application, but on this 2013 F-150, we're going to be mounting to either side of the trailer hitch bracket. We finished installation of the auxiliary lighting kit on this 2013, and the lights are functioning and looking great. The install is going to take about 2.5 hours on average, depending on your truck or SUV. Please be sure to review the instruction manual in its entirety before attempting installation. Thanks, guys.